morning, afternoon, evening. Not sure when you're catching this, but hopefully you are. And welcome to the channel, Scott's Garage HTX. Well, so glad I washed the car yesterday. Today, short and sweet. It's all about one great car, 1992 Porsche Turbo. Owner lets me drive it, and I think I scare him a bit. Well, cue the banjo. Well, today I have what I think is automotive royalty, to steal the phrase from Jay Leno, in the form of a 1992 Porsche Turbo. Now, this is on the same platform as the Carrera 4, and in 91, Porsche rounded the edges of this car a little more and made it less angular. They also redesigned the underside of the car to reduce lift at speed and for better handling. Its drag coefficient was about 0.36. It was a little bit more than the Carrera, but the Carrera didn't have that big old whale tail on the back. Now, this is a 3.3 liter turbo motor. It's got 315 horsepower at 5,715 RPM. It's got 332 foot-pounds of torque, and it weighs about 3,274 pounds book weight. This is all pushed through a 5-speed manual transmission, and the hands and feet of somebody experienced can get this thing moving from 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds. Quarter mile time is 13.1 at 109 miles an hour, and can hit 168 miles per hour. In 92, Porsche attempted to make this car a little bit more manageable on the road. It did so by tweaking the coil suspension and other suspension components. But still, this demanded full attention if you decided to do some any kind of spirited driving. This car originally came with 205/50 ZR17s in the front and two 55/40 ZR17s in the rear. The brakes are 4-piston calipers with ABS and stop this car in 99 feet from 60 to 0. The fuel economy in this car, if anybody really cared, was 13 miles of highway or city and 21 miles highway. Now, a ZR1 back in the day, which cost about $38,000 less, had slightly better performance numbers, but a true Porscheophile would not have anything less than the engine in the rear. Now, I've got conflicting production numbers on this car. Some of them say it's around 1,200 units, some say about 1,000 units, but I know there's about 300 units that made it to the States. The values of this car, a perfect condition car, will run you about $275,000. Something a little less than perfect is about $205,000. And a good driver is about $150,000. Now, this particular car, it's in amethyst mist, and there's been some modifications to it. Right now, he's got 18-inch rims in the front, and those are two 25/40 ZR18s. In the rear, he has 18s again, and those are two 65/35 ZR18s. Originally, this car came with Michelin MXX3s. He still has some Michelins on there, but of course they've been updated. This amethyst mist is popping. I tell you what, he has done a ceramic coating on it, and he has done a clear finish on the top, a clear plastic finish on top. And I recommend that when you have cars with painted bumpers and really low to the ground, they can really get scratched up and nicked up, and that's a great insurance. Now, when they do that, they do ceramic coat the plastic coating on top of that as well. Other modifications are H&R coilover shocks. The engine in this, again, 3.3 liter turbo motor. Originally, this had 315 horsepower and 332 foot-pounds of torque, but this particular example has a bigger wastegate and modified exhaust. It comes in about 350 horsepower. This car will scoot. The interior is immaculate. I'm not sure it's been restored or not. Now, these still have the floor pedals on them. A little awkward if you're not used to them, actually. Again, the 5-speed transmission. This has an aftermarket radio in it, and all these gauges are all set up in front of you. And like a true sports car, the tach is right in front of you. Now, what I notice about Porsches, and that is this: the greenhouse on them is amazing. You get in this car and you drive it down the road and you can see everything all around you. You've got small A pillars, small B pillars, and small C pillars back in the back. You can also tell where the front tires are at all times. They're right there. You know exactly what these front tires are doing. Very communicative power steering on this car.
Gets up there so quick. I bought them out coming into your shop. I didn't realize it was that
Yeah,
steep.
I think it was in the back.
Yeah, yeah, there you go. Is yours a standard? Your car?
All my cars, except for the TTA.
Okay.
The TTA didn't come in a standard. It was only offered in the automatic.
What's the TTA?
The Turbo Trans Am, 1999
okay.
Turbo Trans Am.
Okay.
But even my F250 is a manual.
Oh wow, okay. Look at that, there's newer version. I've had it up to 140 and that was, I had more but I just got out of it.
Yeah, I think this thing tops out at 160, 170 miles an hour.
He said he'll top out at about 181 right with what he did to it.
Really?
Again, we're just saying that, I mean, but
yeah, it's awesome.
yeah.
If not, probably go do the big corporate view of it. We're going to get this different and not straight.
There you go. Better than I did coming in.
There we go.
There you go. So how old are you?
53.
Okay, well you got ways to go. You can't just hang it up yet, you know?
Yeah, I can't. No, I can't.
Yeah,
My wife and I were talking about
You're
that.
a young guy.
Oh, it's so funny.
Oh, geez, you man. Got fun. I didn't know what we were up to, but I know.
What did you think?
I didn't know what you